Okay, today we're going to be looking at equations that are in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. Our goal for the day is to be able to factor a quadratic polynomial that has a leading coefficient of 1. So there's no number in front of the x, so we know that the coefficient is 1. Remember that the 1 is understood even though we don't see it. So our procedure for factoring this type of problem is we're going to list the factors of c, then we're going to choose the factors that combine to give us b. So let's take a look at one. We have x squared plus 7x plus 12. So the first thing I want you to notice is I have a plus sign. So I'm going to need to list the factors that will create a positive 12. This plus sign tells me that my sign is the same. This plus sign in front of the 7 tells me what it's going to be. They're both going to be positive. They're going to be plus. So what are my positive factors of 12? I have 1 and 12. 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. Now which pair of these will combine to give me a positive 7? 1 and 12 will give me 13, 2 plus 6 will give me 8, 3 plus 4 will give me 7. So my factorization will be x plus 3 times x plus 4. Now let's look at this one. I have t squared minus 10t plus 21. This positive sign in front of the 21 tells me that my signs are going to be the same. This negative in front of the 10 tells me that they're both going to be negative. So what are my factors of 21? Well, let's see, negative 3 and negative 7. There's only one way to make t squared. That's going to be t times t. So I have t minus 3 times t minus 7. Now I can always check my work by distributing. T times t gives me t squared. T times negative 7 gives me negative 7t. Negative 3 times t gives me negative 3t. Negative 3 times negative 7 give me a positive 21. I'm going to combine my like terms. So I have t squared minus 10t plus 21. And that's exactly what I started with. So I know that t minus 3 times t minus 7 is the correct factorization. Now I have b squared plus 5b minus 24. This negative sign in front of the 24 tells me that my signs are going to be different. But I can also use this positive 5 to give me a little help. So I know that my largest number is going to be positive. And the only reason I can use that is because my leading coefficient in front of my b squared is 1. The rules are going to be a little bit different when we have a different leading coefficient. So let's go ahead and just list all of our factors of negative 24. Okay, I have positive 1 and negative 24. I have 2 and negative 12. 3 and negative 8. And I also have the opposites of those. Oops, I left one out. And I have 4 of and negative 6. Then I have negative 1, positive 24, negative 2, positive 12, negative 3, positive 8, negative 4, and positive 6. Well, on these, this first set, if I look at any of these, I'm going to get a negative number. So I automatically know it's none of these. Now I have negative 1, positive 24, that just gives me 23. Negative 2 and 12 gives me a positive 10. Negative 3 combined with a positive 8, oh, that gives me a positive 5. That's exactly what I needed. So I know that my factorization is b minus 3 times b plus 8.